So I just got that little section read rack. I did everything else off camera. I just want to talk about read racks for a minute or two. But to me, anyway, the stripes, I don't know if you can tell or not. Like stripes are popping. I want diagonal instead of straight and back and forth. Might be better from the other angle. Because cameras just don't do justice for all I care for. They just don't do justice. Probably can tell better from this one. Oh yeah. You can tell better from this angle. Oh, yeah you can. The stripes are popping, I have to say. For what it comes down to, nothing fancy, just a regular lawnmower with regular blades. And I did bag of grass. And you may have seen that God is off the reed whacker, is off. And I personally don't like the gods on reed whackers. I just don't. It's a big debate at this point. I was gonna hop on and just talk about it for a minute or two. I personally don't like gods that much. I just don't. I find that thing in the middle, and when I was flip edging the sidewalk, it was much easier to see the swing. It was much easier to see the swing. It just was. To me anyway. And I've had the got off other reed whackers too, so this isn't the first time. And I had it off my steel one too. Currently I just have the blade on it. And that blade, I love that blade. You can knock down saplings, thorns, and other stuff without getting it all over your face. They're like string handle. And when I got this looked at, he offered me a new god. I did have him put it on, just because the clutch in this, after you push the trigger, it will still spin freely. It's just 12 once you get going. When you let go of the trigger, it still will spin freely, so it's easier for me to just have the god on this. On the Echo, it doesn't. I got the Echo used, put a new carburetor on it, fuel lines, a filter, the whole shebang. I did it last fall, and this is the first year I will be definitely using it. And especially for reed whacking, I'll show you guys as a matter of fact. Big areas is much easier. But man, it's crisp heads right here. Especially for, I did move this stuff when I did, but especially for doing these bigger areas, you can have longer string on it. You just can, and cuts the time down in half. It does, from experience, it does. Does it affect the longevity? Does it affect how long the reed whacker lasts? I don't know if that's true or not, to be totally honest, because I don't do that much lawns. But once I get struck and feel, I plan on going much bigger than what I am currently doing right now, because I don't have a license, but I'm working on it. So, but it's like you'll buy a new one every few years anyway. Since it will weigh down, you'll use it for a while. So it's like, I find it convenient just to take the guard off, much easier to reed whack. Because it only, the knife, that's how long you have of string from, and this way, once you take it off, you can have it much longer. And I find it better to take the guard off, I just do. I think it's much more easier to reed whack and other things. Especially for like seeing the string, I can see the string flip edging much more easier, I just do. And as long as the Echo can last a season, I gotta use and replace the carburetor on it anyway. So as long as it lasts a season, I'll be happy. Because at some point, I will go get a commercial grade Echo, and I definitely will be taking God off that one. I just find it much easier to just take it off. On my steel, at some point I'll put the stringer back on it. I'll keep it going down, just because, like I said, when you let go of the trigger, it will still freely spin a little bit, so it's much easier to keep the guard on that one. But on the Echo, I just take it off that one. I just do it. And it's much easier. And then at some point in the next week or two, I will make a video about weed whacking, and that'll be the video. Weed whacking basics and tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, especially on fence lines. I learned a few ways to do them much easier. So I don't like a guard, and I'll take it off. When I get a new one, I'll take it off. I just will. And if you saw, it was the video before last video that I got a chainsaw, and I ran a few tanks through it. By now, I've ran a few tanks through it, and I personally like it. For me, it does a job. It's 40cc, 16-inch bonnet. It does everything I need it to do. The biggest road I cut is 20 inches in dam. No, 20 inches. Oh, I still have that piece of wood, so I just haven't had the time to deal with it yet. But yeah, 20 inches is the biggest I have cut with it so far. It just came in handy so much lately. Yeah. So yeah, that's, and then I have a leaf that I had out of commission for 3 years, but I finally started it up, so I'll be using that at some point. I plan on using that leaf blower in the next video. So all it is a handle craftsman. That's all it is. And it's much newer than the other one that you've seen in the equipment setup video. If you didn't go check it out, go watch it. It was a great video. So yeah. I'll show you the weed whacker right now. I'll give you some more detail about it. This is the handle craftsman. Before my grandpa passed away, he got me the good gas, that's no free stuff. And he always got for me, so I never know what mixer, but I asked my mechanic, since I use 50 to 1 in the backpack, since I used to be my grandpa's. I use 50 to 1 in that, and he said I run tank through it now and it works just fine. This is it's a 225. And like I said, I fix the carburetor, the 8 filters, the fuel lines, spark plug, because it was giving me issues earlier. So yeah, and I made a it works now. I will see you guys in the next video.